Hi, welcome to English Composition. I'm Michael Chang. I'm here with Cher Chen today.
各位同学，大家好，欢迎来到英文作文课程，我是 Cher。
All right, today we are working on our last unit of the semester. Our topic today is sentence combining practice.
好，我们今天要看的呢是这学期的最后一个单元哦。我们今天要来做的是关于句子合并的练习。
All right, we are also going to spend some time today reviewing the key points that we have gone over this entire semester.
好，那我们这一个单元中呢，我们同时也将会带大家一起来复习一下这个学期中我们学到的一些关于写作的一些资讯。
All right, so now back to our first topic, which is sentence combining. Today our essay is about a fast food restaurant. And so what we're going to do is see a little conversation between Sherry, Teresa, and Chen, and they're going to talk about their opinions about fast food.
好，那我们今天呢，我们要做的这个关于句子合并的练习呢，是一篇关于素食餐厅的一篇文章。那首先我们先来看一段短片这段短片是关于这个 Sherry、Teresa 跟 Chen 他们对于素食餐厅的一些想法。
All right, so let's watch the video now.
好，我们来看一下这段短片。
Hey guys, you know what? I saw it on TV that McDonald's is going to have different prices in different places. For example, in the countryside, it will have lower price, and in the city, the price is going to rise.
Really?
Oh, but it doesn't really matter to me because I don't eat fast food very much, even though it's convenient and fast. The reason is that most fast food is very unhealthy and contains high calories. What about you, Teresa?
Oh, it matters to me a lot. I like those fast food, especially those combos with hamburgers, French fries, onion rings, and better with a soft drink like Coke. Especially when I'm in LA, I like to go to the In-N-Out hamburgers. Their hamburgers are just so amazing. And I also like the secret menu. Like they will add the meat sauce with cheese on the top of the French fries. That was just amazing to me.
Wow, if fast food are all that delicious, I may consider eating it more often. Because I usually don't eat fast food either. Although if I'm in a rush in the morning, I may grab like a cup of coffee or bagels from fast food chain store.
But what about the high calories? They never freak you out?
I don't think so.
So you never gain weight by eating lots of fast food?
Not to me.
Okay.
Well, I think I'll try to cut it off in the future, though.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's go to the writing model section of our lesson, and we are going to combine these sentences together.
好，我们接下来呢，我们就直接来看一下我们的写作范例。那我们接下来会把一些句子合并在一起。
All right, we're going to work through the writing model by taking a look at a few sentences at a time and then combining them together before we go on to the next set of sentences.
好，我们来看看这个写作范例中的一些句子那我们要把这些句子组合起来，那接着我们再继续往下看其他的句子。
All right, let's start by taking a look at sentences 1 and 2. All right, it says here, John walked into a restaurant and the restaurant sold fast food.
好，我们首先先来看这个句子1跟句子2。句子1说到John 走进一间餐厅。句子2则说呢，这间餐厅卖的是素食。
And so in the writing focus section, starting on page 213 in your textbook, it suggests that we modify restaurant with an adjective.
好，那在课本的第213页这地方关于写作重点的这个地方呢，它有建议我们使用形容词来形容这间餐厅。
And so you can see that the word restaurant is repeated in both sentences.
好，你可以看到在这两个句子中restaurant 这个字重复了2次。
And so when we combine these two sentences together, we can try to cut out one of the uses of restaurant.
好，那当我们要把这两个句子合并的时候呢，我们可以把重复的字先删掉。
And one way to do this is to modify restaurant with an adjective. And so we can take the noun fast food and use it like an adjective.
好，那我们要把这两个句子合并在一起的方法呢，就是使用形容词。那在这个地方，我们可以把名词这里讲到 fast food 当做形容词来使用。
And so then this will give us the following sentence. John walked into a fast food restaurant.
好，因此呢，我们就得到了这样一个句子，说到 John 走进一间素食餐厅。
All right, let's look at sentences 3, 4, and 5.
好，我们来看一下第3、第4跟第5句。
Now, the suggested way to combine this group is to modify meal with an adjective and then make an adverb clause that shows time.
好，那关于结合这3个句子的建议呢，是我们用形容词来描述食物，然后用副词子句来表现时间。
And so you can see that meal is repeated in all the sentences.
好，你可以看到 meal 这个字在3个句子中都有重复出现了。
And so we can use quick as an adjective before meal in the first sentence.
首先呢，我们先使用 quick 这个字当做 meal 的形容词。
And then we can add on part of sentence 5 as an adverb clause.
好，接下来呢，我们也可以加入句子5的一部分呢，当做副词子句。
And so we get this sentence: He wanted a quick meal before he caught his train.
因此呢，我们就得到这样的一个句子他想在去搭火车前先吃顿快餐。
All right, let's take a look at the next group. All right, so we can combine these sentences with the ones above. And so these sentences should show the reason John is catching a train.
好，关于这一组句子呢，我们可以用以上任何一种方式来合并那这些句子应该要能够显示以上句子的原因。
And so we're going to connect these sentences with a word that shows reason, such as because or since. And so let's use since in our sentence, and this gives us this sentence that we see here.
好，那既然我们是要表示原因的话我们可以使用像是 because 或是 since 这样子的这个连接词。那我们在这个地方，我们选择使用 since 这个字。
And our sentence is, he wanted a quick meal before he caught his train, since he was going to take a long trip to Kaohsiung.
好，那因此呢，我们得到了现在荧幕上的这个句子，因为他要长途旅行到高雄去，所以他想在去搭火车前先吃顿快餐。
All right, let's take a look at our next group. This is sentences 8 to 11.
好，那接下来我们看一下第8到第11句。
And we should show contrast between the ideas in these sentences.
好，你应该会发现这些句子是呈现对比的意义。
And so if we look at sentences 8 and 9, we can see that this shows a negative situation.
好，那你会发现第8句跟第9句呈现的是比较负面的一个情况。
And this is negative because nobody wants to wait in a long line when they're in a hurry.
好，第8句跟第9句，我们为什么会说它是比较负面呢？只是因为没有人会希望在这个餐厅里面大排长龙的时候要在那里等候。
And so, however, sentences 10 and 11, this shows a positive situation, and so we want to show a contrast between the ideas in the first pair and second pair of sentences.
但是呢，第10句跟第11句呢，表现的却是一个正面的情况所以呢，我们希望在这个句子的合并之中要显示出对比的意义。
All right, and so we can come up with this sentence: The line at the restaurant was very long, but luckily it moved very fast.
好，那因此我们可以得到这样的一个句子：餐厅中排队的队伍很长，但幸运的是它移动得很快。
Right, now, we can also show a contrast to the previous group of sentences. And so John is in a hurry, but the line is very long. We want to show a relationship between these two sentences.
好，那我们也希望呢，把这个句子和前面的句子显示出它对比的感觉。所以呢，我们可以看到 John 他是非常的正在非常的着急的时候，但是这个队伍却是非常的长。
All right, and so we can add the word unfortunately to the beginning of our sentence to show how John feels about the long line situation.
好，那在这个状况下呢，我们可以加入 unfortunately 这个字来表示这个 John 对于这状况是非常的不满意的。
And so this just gives us the sentence that you see now.
好，那因此你就会看到现在荧幕上的这个句子。
All right, let's go on to look at sentences 12 to 14.
好，我们来看句子12到14。
All right, these sentences show a connection in time, and so there's also a connection in reason.
好，那这些句子之中呢，表现出时间之间的连结，还有理由之间的连结。
And so we can see the main idea centers on being nervous.
好，那这些句子中的这个主要的意义是 nervous 这个字。
The hint in your book says to make a time connection.
好，那在书上给我们的这个指示是说把它以时间的方式做连结。
And so we can make a time connection by telling when John was nervous.
好，那因此呢，我们可以 借由告诉大家 John 什么时候会觉得很紧张哦，来当做这个时间的连接。
And the time that John was nervous was when he was waiting for the train.
好，那我们看到 John 他会觉得紧张的时刻哦，是因为他正在等候他的火车。
And so we can make up this sentence. John got more and more nervous as he waited.
好，那因此呢，我们得到荧幕上这个句子哦，讲说在等待的过程中 ，John 越来越紧张。
And then we can add on sentence 14 to tell the reason why John was so nervous.
好，我们接下来呢，可以把这个14句哦也加进来哦，告诉他说为什么 John 会这么的紧张。
And this gives us the following sentence.
好，那于是呢，我们就得到了以下的这个句子。
And we have John got more and more nervous because as he waited because his train was going to leave in 10 minutes.
好，那因此我们得到的句子是在等待的过程中 ，John 越来越紧张，因为他的火车在10分钟后就要离开了。
All right, let's take a little bit of a break now, and we will be back very soon.
好，我们先休息一下，待会我们再继续往下看。
Okay, welcome back. We are not going to continue with the sentence combining. So we've given you a taste and we've shown you some examples of how to do the sentence combining and see if you can finish sentence combining the rest of the sentences by yourself.
好，那因为时间的问题呢，所以我们接下来不继续做完所有的这个句子合并的练习哦。那我们希望各位同学自己回去把它完成哦，那练习看看是否能够做到像我们刚刚一样的这个句子合并的方式。
Right, and so what we're going to do now is show you how I finished combining the rest of the sentences very quickly.
好，那我们接下来呢会让各位同学看一下这篇文章完整的版本是什么样子。
All right, and so this is my sample paragraph. John walked into a fast food restaurant. He wanted a quick meal before he caught his train, since he was going to take a long trip to Kaohsiung. Unfortunately, the line at the restaurant was very long, but luckily it moved very fast. John got more and more nervous as he waited because his train was going to leave in 10 minutes. Finally, there was only one more person ahead of John, a very skinny man. But he had a very big appetite. He ordered 2 sandwiches, a large orange juice, pancakes and sausage, a large coffee, and a bagel with cream cheese. It was John's turn to order right now, but there was no food ready. He was very nervous and agitated now. But he was fortunate because the food was ready in only 1 minute. John paid for his order, and then he dashed out of the restaurant. John knew that he was going to be very late, so he ran to the train station as fast as he could. When he got to the platform, he saw the conductor telling everyone to get on board. He ran faster and got on the train just before the conductor closed the doors. John found his seat, sat down, and ate his delicious breakfast. All right, we are going to now begin our review of some of the important material or important ideas that we taught to you during this semester.
好，我们接下来呢会为各位同学复习一下，在这个学期之中，我们讲述到关于写作的一些技巧。
All right, the first important idea is to do some pre-writing before you start writing.
好，我们讲到第一个技巧呢，是在写作开始之前应该要做的前置作业。
Right, so don't believe that you have to just sit down and write beautiful and complete sentences as soon as you begin writing. Believing that you have to write perfectly will just make you feel frustrated.
好，各位同学在心中千万不要存有一坐下来就可以写出一篇又完整又漂亮的一篇文章这样会有这样的想法呢，反而会让你觉得有点挫折。
Instead, you can take your writing in small and easy steps.
好，那事实上呢，你可以用一些比较简单的小小的步骤我们来完成写作。
The first thing to do is to start thinking about who you're writing to and why you are writing.
好，首先第一件事情呢是先想想你要写作这个读者会是谁那你为什么要写作这样的文章？
Think about your audience. Who's going to read what you write? what do they know already, and what do they need to know? Once you have the answers to these questions, you can decide upon the goal of your writing.
好，那首先呢，各位同学应该想一想哦，你的读者哦，谁会是你的读者呢？哦，那他们知道了什么？哦，那他们会希望能够知道什么？哦，那一旦你能够回答像这些问题的话呢，哦，你就可以决定你要怎么样来写作。
And so for your goal, think of what you want to achieve with your writing.
好，关于各位同学写作的目的的部分呢，你可以想一想，在你的写作中，你希望达到怎么样的一个目的？
And so your goal might be just something simple, like to get a friend to join you for dinner and then accompany you to a show like we saw in Unit 16.
好，那可能呢，你的这个目的是很简单的哦，只是想要邀请你的朋友一起去吃饭啊，或是参加一个表演，就像我们在这个第16个单元的时候提到的一样。
Or you might want to give some information like the itinerary for a visit to Taiwan to a client, and then find out if the itinerary is acceptable.
或者是呢，你的写作是为了要把这个写作这个拜访的行程哦传递给国外的客户哦，就像是我们在这个前面的章节也有提到的。
Or then maybe you just want to share your happy vacation experience with a friend, as we saw in Unit 14.
哦，或者是呢，你只是想要把你这个很愉快的一些经验分享给你的朋友哦，就像我们在单元第14中看到的。
And so now once you come up with your goal, once you decide upon your goal, you need to think about what you want to include in the content of your letter.
好，一旦你决定了你的目标之后呢，你接下来就必须要想一想在这篇文章的内容中，你希望加入些什么。
So now what you should do is to start brainstorming.
好，那接下来要做的事情呢，就是要来做一下脑力激荡。
All right, to brainstorm, just write down any ideas that you have on a piece of paper.
好，那在做脑力激荡的时候呢，首先就在一张纸上写下任何你想到的想法。
Then expand your ideas by adding thoughts that are linked to your original idea. And what this will do is result in the creation of a word web.
好，那接下来呢，就把你在纸上写下来的这些想法做一些延伸，延伸到最后，我们就会得到一个所谓的单字网。
Next, you can start to organize the ideas in your word web.
好，那接下来呢，你就可以来好好的架构一下你的单字网了。
All right, an alternative, though, is that you could actually just take a break at this time.
好，那实际上这个时候你可以稍微休息一下。
And so when you take a break from your writing, what you can do is maybe you go on the internet and you'll read something, and this will give you more ideas that you could put in the word web. Or else at this time you could chat with a friend and you can come up with more ideas by doing this.
好，那这一段休息的时间你可以去上网啊，或者是和朋友聊聊天啊，借由这样的方式，你可以获得更多的一些关于写作的一些新的想法。
All right, so now after you have many ideas, what you want to do is start to organize what you have by making an outline.
好，那在你呢能够想到这些想法之后呢，接下来你就应该要做的事情是列出你的大纲。
So start your outline by writing a topic sentence for your paragraph or for your essay.
好，那这个在写大纲的开始呢，为每一个段落都写下一个主题句。
So for example, even if your topic is something simple, such as how your day at work was, you can still have a controlling idea by explaining if you had a very good day at work or if you had a very bad day at work.
好，我们举例来讲呢，假设我们这个主题只是很简单的要讲述你工作中的一天那我们也可以一样的帮他加入所谓的控制想法，我们也可以借由像是解释说，这为什么是一个很好的一天，或者是很坏的一天这样的方式
All right, let's take a little bit of a break right now, and we will be back with you in just a few moments.
好，我们先休息一下，等一下我们再回来继续的复习。
Okay, welcome back. Let's continue reviewing the main ideas during this semester.
好，各位同学欢迎回来，我们再继续接下来继续复习一下这一学期学到的东西。
All right, so we just talked about having a topic sentence and a controlling idea. And so after you finish your topic sentence, write down some ideas that can support it.
好，那我们刚刚才提到呢，我们说在写大纲的时候呢，你要为每一个段落写下主题句。那接下来在主题句的下方为每一个段落都写上它的支撑论点。
And so you can make your supporting ideas much stronger by adding clear and specific details.
好，那我们可以借由呢，帮他加入一些很清楚而且很明确的一些细节来增加这个支撑点的可信度。
And so, for example, in Unit 7, we added specific details about a good day at work by adding quotations from the boss and writing exactly what the meal in the cafeteria was.
好，那比如说像是在这个单元7之中呢，我们曾经借由这个加入一些从作者的老板讲的一些话用这样子的方式或者来代表说这关于这很好的一天的一些细节。那我们同时的呢也在描述说在这个餐厅里面的食物有多么的好吃这些也是增加细节的一个方式。
Right. So you can make the writing process much easier if you take time to understand what your audience needs to hear. And then after that, brainstorm to get as many ideas as you can, and then prepare an outline and specific details about the items that you want to put into your essay.
好，所以根据我们刚刚为各位同学复习的呢，我们会知道，你要让你的写作变得更容易一些呢，首先你必须要先了解你的读者会想要知道些什么。那接下来你就可以花一点时间来想一想做个脑力激荡，想一想这个你可以想到的所有的想法那接下来等你想好你的想法之后呢，那你就把这些想法做一个这个结构做个架构，然后写出你的大纲来。
All right. Let's talk about our second tip for being a better writer.
好，我们来看一下我们这里讲到的第二个当一个好的写作者应该要学会的事情。
And so our second key tip is to read your essay again after you finish it, and then rewrite it to fix any mistakes.
好，那这个第二件事要做的呢就是在你完成之后你必须要重新写过你的文章或者是把里面的错误都改掉。
And so we can always write better. And so when you finish writing the last word of your essay, don't just say, I'm done, and believe that you're finished. Instead, what you should do is think, I'm done with the first draft, but I know that I can still improve my writing. I can still improve what I just wrote.
好，那所以呢我们要永远都要记得我们这可以越写越好所以当你写完最后一个字之后呢千万不要想说我写完了我可以休息了那事实上你应该要想说我才刚写完我的第一份草稿那接下来我知道我还可以把它写得更好。
Right, and so you should read your essay again and think about ways to improve it.
好，那所以呢，你应该要再仔细的阅读过你写的文章然后去想一想要怎么样去改善它。
Right, the first thing you should do is look and see if your ideas are unified.
好，那首先呢，你应该先看一看你这个文章里面的想法是不是都具有统一性。
Right, and unity means that all the ideas in your paragraph are related to your topic sentence.
好，我们这里提到的这个统一性呢指的就是说你这篇文章里面所有的想法都和你的主题相关。
And so making an outline before you write is very important because it allows you to easily see if your paragraph is unified. And we learned about unity in Unit 8.
好，那所以我们刚刚讲到的这个列举大纲的方式可以帮助你来看到你这篇文章是不是都具有一个统一性。那我们也讲到统一性我们在这个单元第8的地方我们曾经提过。
All right, the next way to improve your paper is to eliminate any grammatical mistakes.
好，那下一个步骤你可以做的呢是把所有的文法错误都移除。
All right, so this means that you should stick with simple sentences. Don't make sentences too long by adding all kinds of new thoughts that pop into your head into what you write. Instead, break down your thoughts into some short, clear sentences.
好，下一个步骤呢是我们刚刚提到就是要把这些错误解除掉那这代表说你一开始的时候请你先写一些简单的句子那不要一开始就想要写又长非常长的句子，把你所有在脑海中想到的想法都加进去那你实际上应该做的事情呢是把你的想法就把它这个切成一段一段的方式来用短的句子来做呈现。
And so now after you have written some short, clear sentences, you can combine them together into longer sentences like we did in this unit.
好，那在你把这个简短的想法都已经想出来之后呢，接下来你就可以把这些简短的句子合并在一起就像我们在这个单元的一开始的时候做的练习是一样的。
Right, and so remember, though, that we started with short, simple sentences, and then we carefully combined them together. And so if you have a clear reason for making the combination, then combine your sentences together.
好，但是各位同学要记得啊，我们就虽然是以这个短的句子开始呢，那然后再把它合并成长的句子，你必须要记得你这些句子之间要有一个合理的逻辑性才能够把它连接在一起。
And so when you're combining sentences together, make sure you understand why you're making the combinations.
好，所以呢，当你在做这个句子合并的时候，你一定要确定你很了解为什么要把这两个句子连接在一起。
And so during the semester, we practiced many different sentence patterns. So we learned about compound sentences. We use conjunctions to combine sentences together. We also learned about complex sentences that use adverb clauses or adjective clauses to combine sentences together.
好，我们在这个学期之中呢，也学习到很多的不一样的句型首先，我们有曾经学过这个所谓的复合句子复合句子也就是利用连接词来把不同的句子连接在一起。那另外我们也有学习到所谓的复杂子句复杂子句则是呢使用副词子句或是形容词子句来合并句子。
Right, and so we just learned many, many different patterns from combining sentences together. And the thing that we need to realize or need to remember is that there are these specific patterns from combining sentences together in English. And therefore, don't think of a sentence in Chinese and just try to transfer the words one by one into English. This will not work.
好，那既然我们学到这么多的这些 pattern 那请各位同学要记住的一件事情是呢，千万不要以一个中文的想法去写作句子。那如果你以一种中文想法那做的这个逐字逐句的翻译的话一定会造成一些问题的。
Right, now a final point that we want to make is that you can improve the coherence of paragraphs or of your paragraph or an essay by using transition words to connect your sentences together.
好，那最后一件事呢，各位同学也可以记得的是我们可以使用一些这个连接词transition words 来把这句子把整篇文章做串联起来使文章的连贯性变得更强。
And so, for example, over here we have our finished paragraph.
好，我们现在看到的这个荧幕上的画面呢是我们已经完成的一篇这个段落
And so you can see in this paragraph that there are many words that we use to connect ideas together.
好，你可以看到呢，这上面有非常多的字是我们用来连接句子的方式。
And so, for example, using a word like he, this links to the word John over here, and this makes a tighter connection.
好，我们可以看到，像是荧幕上现在指的这个 he 这个字呢，它是与第一个句子提到的 John 做一个连接，那可以使这两个句子的连接变得更为紧密。
And then over here, this word unfortunately connects what follows with the idea that appeared before it.
好，那我们再看到 unfortunately 这个字在这地方出现的话呢，它把在 unfortunately 后面发生的事情与前面发生的事情做一个连接。
All right. So, in conclusion, what you should have learned this semester is take some time to prepare before you begin writing.
好，那我们现在来做个总结那在这个学期我们学到的事情是，第一点，你必须要花一点时间在开始写作前先做些准备。
And then check your writing after you think you've finished the first draft.
好，第二点是呢，在你写完你的第一次的草稿之后呢，重新的再阅读过一次。
All right, and then write simple sentences and combine them together.
好，那再来，你同时要把一些简单的句子合并起来。
All right, thanks for joining us throughout this semester for English composition. We really enjoyed teaching you.
好，谢谢各位同学这个学期的参与我们都过得非常有一个非常愉快的学期。
And so we hope you learned a lot, and we will see you again next semester.
希望你真的学习到很多我们下个学期再见。
All right, thanks for being our students.